Certina just released a new version of their diver, and once again they're schooling the rest of the Swiss watch industry on how to deliver amazing watch that doesn't break the bank. We also have new watches to cover from Longines, Heuer, Rado, and many others. My name is Oleg, that right there is Mr. Bond, and this is a weekly YouTube show where we talk about the latest watch releases. This episode is for the week of May 16th until May the 23rd. And now let's talk about the new Formex Field Automatic Generation 2. Formex is another one of these brands like Certina that offers amazing value for money. Their first generation of the field watch was very successful, and fun fact, I actually wear my Speedmaster on one of the straps from those field watches. They're just really comfortable. Now for 2025, we have the second generation of this field watch that comes in a very similar case, but with a very different dials. So the case dimensions stayed the same, a 40mm diameter by about 48mm lug-to-lug distance, and a 10.5mm case height. They're made out of grade 2 titanium, and they feature 150 meters of water resistance. Some of the elements on this new dial stayed the same as the previous dial, like for example, it still features that sandwich structure. However, these new dials appear to be more complicated and they have a variety of different finishes. Out of the 3 dials available, my favorite is the gray one. I think that looks quite good. I also really like how they integrated the date wheel at the 6 o'clock position. As far as the pricing and availability goes, these watches will be part of the standard collection, and they're priced at €850 on the nylon strap. That's the strap that I own, or €990 on the leather strap. Quite a premium for the leather strap. I'd probably just go for the nylon strap. I think these watches are super comfortable and super light on that strap option. Next, let's talk about the new Stowa Antea Classic models. Stowa is a German watch brand best known for their Flieger style watches. However, they also have this sort of dressy line of watches called Antea. To be honest with you, I didn't know that this line of watches existed until the addition of these 2 dial variations. The appearance of these watches is very heavily inspired by the Bauhaus design language. Of course, Bauhaus design language originated in Germany. Stowa is a German company, so all of that makes sense. Now, in terms of the case dimensions, these watches are about 35.5mm in diameter by about 7mm in case height, and they feature a 44.5mm lug-to-lug distance. They feature 30 meters of water resistance, and they're powered by the ETA 7001 manual wound movement that beats at 3 Hz, and it comes with 46 hours of power reserve. In terms of the 2 dial variations, there's the sort of gold one and the gray one. Out of the 2, I actually prefer the gold one, surprisingly. I'm usually not the one for gold dialed watches, but I think this one looks kind of interesting. And of course, these watches look very similar to offerings from Nomos, but that's just the nature of Bauhaus design language. And as far as the pricing and availability goes, these watches will be part of the standard collection, and they're priced at €1,200 on the leather strap or €1,270 on the Milanese bracelet. Next, let's talk about the new Heuer Monaco split seconds chronograph in titanium. Heuer this season became the official sponsor for F1, and of course they have a model called Monaco. This weekend there's a Monaco Grand Prix, which creates a perfect branding opportunity to give us some new Monaco watches. So this new model is the split-second chronograph version in titanium. It features a 41x41mm titanium case. It's powered by the caliber TH81000 automatic split-second chronograph movement that beats at 36,600 vibrations per hour, and it comes with 55 hours of power reserve. We actually saw a different release from Heuer in a Monaco case that was also a split-second chronograph for the Watches and Wonders 2025. That was a limited edition to 10 pieces. This new version is not a limited edition, it's part of the standard catalog, and this watch is priced at 145,000 Swiss francs. There's another Heuer Monaco released this week. That one comes in a collaboration with Golf. One of the reasons why Heuer Monaco is an iconic watch in the first place is because of Steve McQueen and his choice of wearing Heuer Monaco on the wrist for his 1971 movie Le Mans. Every now and then we got these special editions from Heuer, and in 2025, once again for the Monaco Grand Prix, we got this new version of the watch. Now this one comes in the smaller case, 39x39mm square case. It is 14.3mm in case height. It features a sandblasted finish and it's made out of grade 2 titanium with 100 meters of water resistance. It's actually pretty impressive that they got 100 meters of water resistance on this watch, because the split second chronograph one only comes with 30 meters. I don't know why, but that's just how things are. Now, in terms of the movement, this one is powered by the legendary caliber 11, which is based on Sellita SW300 with a module. It beats at 4 Hz and it comes with 42 hours of power reserve. And as far as the pricing and availability for this watch goes, it will be a limited edition to 971 pieces, and this watch is priced at 9,500 Swiss francs. And there's yet another Tag Heuer Monaco. This one is called Stopwatch, because it's inspired by a racing stopwatch from back in the day, which is kind of neat. Now, this watch comes in essentially the same case as we just covered, but this time it's black DLC coated. It is still 39 by 39 millimeters and 12.3 millimeters in case height with 100 meters of water resistance, and it's made out of grade 2 titanium. The movement powering this watch is exactly the same, caliber 11. However, the paint scheme on it is completely different. This one looks really cool and kind of stealthy. I am into it. I don't know, for whatever reason, it just appeals to me. And as far as the pricing and availability, this is also a limited edition. They're making one less of this one than the previous watch I talked about. So this one is limited to 970 pieces and it's priced at 9,600 Swiss francs. So 100 Swiss francs more than the previous version. Next, let's talk about the new Certina DS Action Diver 40.5. This new diver comes in a 40.5 millimeter case diameter, which is a welcomed addition from a lot of watch collectors, including myself, because prior to this release, the watch was only available in either 43 millimeter diameter or 38 millimeter diameter. So having a watch in between at about 40.5 millimeters just makes a lot of sense. But instead of giving us just one version of this watch, we actually got 3 different versions, and each one is cool in its own way. So first of all, we got this classic black on black with gilt accents. Next, we got this white dial version with a white ceramic bezel. And finally, we got the blue version in a titanium case. All 3 versions feature exactly the same dimensions, 40.5 millimeter diameter, 48 millimeter like-to-like distance, and about a 14.1 millimeter case height. It's a bit on the thicker side, however, I can overlook it somewhat because it's a proper diver watch with 300 meters of water resistance and an ISO certification for bragging rights. And as far as the movement found in this timepiece is the Powermatic 80 that beats at 3 Hz and it comes with 80 hours of power reserve. Out of the 3 different versions of this watch available, my favorite is the blue version on a titanium bracelet with a titanium case. I think that looks really good and it offers amazing value for money. That version is priced at 895 Swiss francs. Now, if you like the stainless steel versions, they're priced at 835 Swiss francs, so a little bit less. And if you want the one without the bracelet, just on the NATO strap, that one is 785 Swiss francs. But of course, we all know that these Certina watches on the secondary market, on the gray market, will be available at a pretty hefty discount in a few months' time. Next, let's talk about the new Longines Spirit Zulu Time 1925 edition. Longines is a company with a rich history in aviation and watchmaking. In 1925, 100 years ago, they introduced the square case Zulu Time. Then in 2022, we of course got the Spirit of Zulu Time, sort of a modern version of a GMT watch. And now for 2025, we have this special edition. By far the biggest visual difference is this 18 karat gold capped bezel insert. It's of course a GMT bezel that's bi-directional, that features a 24-hour scale. The case dimensions still stayed the same, a 39 millimeter diameter by about 13.5 millimeters in case height. I think it's actually slightly thicker because that brings us to the second difference that we see. This one features a display caseback as opposed to the standard Spirit of Zulu Time, so you can admire the movement, and this one is powered by the caliber L844.4, which is based on the ETA movement. It beats at 3.5 Hz and it comes with 72 hours of power reserve. It's an amazing movement. Not only is it COSC certified, it also comes with a silicone hairspring, and it's a true GMT movement, a flyer GMT if you will. In terms of the design of this watch, when I first saw it, I wasn't too sure, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. I think it looks quite unique and quite different from a lot of other watches in the industry. Now, because it does come with that gold-capped bezel, as well as the display case back and an extra strap in a package, this watch is priced at 4,500 euro instead of 3,500 euro like for the standard edition. Not sure if the upgrades warrant a 1,000 euro price increase, but that's the reality of watches in 2025. They keep on going up in price. And once again, that's what makes that Certina that I just talked about so impressive. Longines actually released another watch this week. It's the Legend Diver 39 with a white dial. Longines released Legend Diver 39mm in 2023. It was only available with the black dial. Then last year for 2024, we got 3 new versions with funky dial colors. And now for 2025, we got this white dial version with a white bezel insert, which I actually think looks quite sharp. As far as the case goes, it remained exactly the same, 39mm diameter by about 12.7mm in case height and a 47mm lug-to-lug distance. This diver still features 300 meters of water resistance, and it is still powered by the caliber L888.6. which beats at 3.5 Hz, and it comes with 72 hours of power reserve. And just like a GMT version of this movement, it is COSC certified with a silicone hairspring. And as far as the pricing and availability, this will be part of the standard collection. It's not a limited edition. And this one is priced at 3,750 euro. The new Rado Captain Cook high-tech ceramic chronograph. The original Rado Captain Cook was released in 1962. Then in 2019, this model made a comeback, and a lot of watch enthusiasts were very happy, including myself. I think these watches look very sharp. Then in 2021, we got a ceramic version of this watch. In 2022, we got a chronograph version of this diver in a bronze or stainless steel cases with a chronograph function. And now for 2025, we finally got the marriage of the two, the chronograph in a ceramic case. There are 2 versions of this watch available, one with the gilt or gold accents, the other one with the silver or stainless steel accents. Out of the 2, I prefer the gold one. I think that looks quite unique. I like the color combination of gold with the black ceramic case. In terms of the dimensions, both versions are exactly the same, 43mm diameter by 49.5mm lug-to-lug distance and a 16.2mm case height. These watches are quite thick, but that's because they're powered by the automatic chronograph movements, the caliber R801, which is an ETA-based movement that beats at 4 Hz, and it comes with 59 hours of power reserve. In terms of pricing and availability, both versions will be part of the standard collection, and they're priced at 5,935 euro. The new Zenith Chronomaster original triple calendar with a Lapis Lazuli dial. Zenith released the original triple date calendar last year, and I am a big fan of these watches. I think the dial is very balanced, even though it still has that awkward date at the 4:30 o'clock position. I'm willing to forgive it because these watches are quite attractive. Now for 2025, there is this new special edition with a stone dial. For whatever reason, in 2025, stone dials are becoming very popular. In terms of the case and the dimensions, this watch is exactly the same as the standard edition. It comes in a 38mm diameter, 14mm case height, and a 46mm lug-to-lug distance. It is still made out of stainless steel, and it is still powered by the same caliber El Primero 3610, which is an automatic chronograph movement with a triple date complication that beats at 36,000 vibrations per hour, and it comes with 60 hours of power reserve. The only big difference between this watch and the standard watch is this stone dial. We've seen watches with Lapis Lazuli dials before, including from micro brands like Venezianico. Now, usually these watches are kind of more expensive than the standard version, but not that much more expensive. However, luxury watch brands like to upcharge for special dials, and Zenith almost doubled the price of this watch. The standard version is priced somewhere around 13,500 euro. This new special version with the stone dial is priced at 23,700 euros, so about 10,000 euro more. I think that's pretty crazy because nothing else about the watch has changed. It's not like they added any precious metals or anything. It's just the stone dial. And that's it for this week's watch releases. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos like this in the future. By the way, today on my wrist, I'm wearing the Mito Multifort 2 crowns. I did a hands-on review of this watch a few months ago. I will leave it linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.